Brandon Marshall has signed with the Seattle Seahawks on a 1-year, $2.5 million deal. Brandon Marshall signs before Dez Bryant. I got to be honest, Darren, that's one of my big takeaways from this.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way I looked at it as well, is when, in Seattle, there's two teams that I look at that say, well, they are definitely in the market. One being the Seattle Seahawks, the other one being the Arizona Cardinals. And for Seattle to basically bypass Dez and say, hey, we'll go with Brandon Marshall, who will be, 34 years old when the season starts, and overlook. That's that to me, that was the big question mark, is why not Dez, and what's going on in that situation? Is it that they came to Dez and Dez said, no, I'm not playing for that? Or is it that they just totally said, no, Brandon Marshall is the better option? And if you're if we're picking teams right now, Will, and we're just you and I are out there, and Brandon Marshall and Dez Bryant are out there, and you say, which guy would I rather have right now?
There is no doubt.
No doubt.
It's 10 out of 10.
So it can't
twice on Sundays.
It cannot be production on the field. It has to be something else that maybe the Seattle Seahawks and other teams are saying, and maybe it's the Cowboys putting it out there. They're saying you can't deal with them in the locker room. Or there's something more than just the play on the football field, because there's no way that I'm bypassing Dez for Brandon Marshall. It's not.
I have a hard time believing, talking to Darren Woodson here on the Cain Show, I have a hard time believing, it's just a faith-based belief at this point, but that the Cowboys would be doing that they would be putting information out to hurt Dez. That's a funny look on your face.
Hey, look, I mean, sometimes the relationship doesn't. I've seen it before. I'm not going to say the Cowboys are doing that, but I can say, coaches talk, personnel, scouts talk, trainers talk, equipment guys talk. Across the league, you can't tell me there hasn't been conversations throughout the league of, do you want to really, especially if he left on bad terms within that organization. And I think partially he did. There are some bad terms in there.
The deal, by the way, according to Adam Schefter, is up to $2 million if he reaches certain incentives for Brandon Marshall in Seattle. Here's what we know. Dez turned down, what was it, a 3-year, $20-something million deal from the Ravens.
Yes.
He says he wants a 1-year prove-it deal. That's what this looks like here for Brandon Marshall and the Seattle Seahawks. I don't know, though, if a 1-year prove-it deal means you'll go for $2 million. That's what I don't know. It may be that Dez still thinks he's got more money out there.
No, not at this point. No, because he doesn't have any leverage at this point. Unless you get two teams.
So, Darren, you think when he signs, it's going to be something like this?
There's his back's against the wall. We're talking about, we're running into June right now. Teams are going through OTAs. They're trying to get their players, the players that are on their current roster, the young players, they're trying to get them reps and see how they can value and see what they have as a whole. When they get into July and they're about to start training camp, now you don't have many, as an agent, you don't have many options. You already put your fillers out there. You've already put them out there. And you're going to sit there and tell me that there's going to be a bidding war in July. There's not going to be a bidding war in July. I think the number goes down. It absolutely goes down.
So it's not money. As you just said, it's not performance. All that leaves is reputation.
Yeah, it is.
All that leaves is locker room. And that brings us back to, where's all that information coming from? I trust you, man. Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah.
It's ESPN NFL analyst Darren Woodson on the Cain Show. All right, appreciate it, man.
No problem. Appreciate it.